Hi, Paul from elkinsdiy.com. Today I'm wanting to blow out the water on my automated watering system for my landscaping. I put this in this summer, saved me about half hour to 45 minutes of watering every night. Love it, but I want to make sure it doesn't freeze up this winter. So went to the hardware store and got two fittings. This will fit on my air hose, and then I'll also hook up to the water line, the hose. So here's my hose fitting here. Here's for my air compressor. The two pieces I had to get, well, maybe you can see this. This is for my air compressor. It's 1/4 inch. Let's see, here we go. 1/4 inch FIP by 1/2 inch MIP. That's male iron pipe, the MIP. The brass one we've got is, this will go on your hose end. It's a 3/4 inch male hose thread, and this is a 1/2 inch female iron pipe on the inside that this guy's going to screw into, and on the outside it's something else. It's like a 3/4 inch male inside iron pipe. This will screw into this. Air hose will go here, water hose here. That'll work. Let's hook it on to the hose. So I turn my regulator all the way down. This is basically an on-off switch now. As I turn it up, it'll be able to release air. So I want it to be a low pressure. So I dial it all the way down. I've got a Y on here. One's for my garden hose for washing the car. This is hooked up to my system here. Auto, manual. Okay, now it's open, I believe. I'm gonna shoot some air in this guy, see what happens. Oh, I hear it. Here she goes. See this guy here just weeping a little bit. So we'll let this go for a while. I may have to plug this back in and or plug the compressor back in and let it charge up some. It's just a small little tank. I think it's 5 gallon. But I like this tank. It's handy. I'm able to wheel it around wherever I need it to go. I've had this for several years. Got a bigger one, but I've never used it. Maybe if I paint something big someday or start using air tools, I'll drag that out. But this little guy, it's been pretty good. Alrighty. Been walking around the perimeter of the gardens here, and it looks like I'm getting mostly just air coming through. So I think we're just about done. This is what this lower system feeds, is just these gardens right here. Oh, it was fun watching these grow this year, especially not having to water them. Oh my God. These were cheap. I mean, we spent a few $100 putting this system in, but it was so nice to have a real flourishing garden once it was all set up. Freed us up for a lot of spare time. Can't wait next year because we actually installed this light last summer. Let's go up to the top. I'll show you the other gardens. So here's my faucet. I made a short tube that comes up to a water filter, pressure regulator, and then tees into these 3 units here. These are made by Orbit. They're very handy. I really like them. Again, we got the Y down here, so we got the garden hose that we use to water the plants that are way up front. I decided not to hook up the automated system to that. Just do it by hand, only takes a minute or two. Here we go again, pretty simple. Screw that into that. I like this. I had them on off. It's what you do when it rains, because it's going to rain. So it shuts them off. So there's a little manual mode here. Press that, press that, press that. You should hear a click. That'll be opening the valve. There you go. We're ready to go. Probably start hearing the water running. There it is. If I really turn it up, probably get some of these guys to squirt. Let's see what happens. Here it is. This is one section. It goes a little further. I had to string this underneath the deck. And we have a bunch of potted plants up here in the summertime. These guys here. I moved them out of the way after doing some pressure washing on the deck. So this is the second section here, and then the third section is this section up along here. It wasn't that hard to install these lines. It took a while to figure out what each plant was going to require. There's ½ gallon an hour. That's a gallon an hour. This one used quite a bit of water. But each one we figured out what the needs were and gave it the appropriate tip or spray. Some of these, like here, spray out in the general area, and some of the bigger plants we gave them their own little dripping tip. All branching off from the main ½ line here that snakes around. Here's a little walkway we put in with flagstone, but we wanted some growth to grow in between, and it's slowly happening. We attached these 180-degree sprayers here and there to accomplish that. So it doesn't get wet here, but it will moisten up the pathway. You buy these tips in little packs of like 10. They're not too expensive, like I said. And what's I use? I use like wire cutters to do the clipping of the 1/4-inch line. I should have done a video on this. I had a system down. And then they come with little 90-degree barbs, straight barbs, T-barbs. And you just throw it all together. We really like it. I think later on, when we get most all of our plants established, here it's still bleeding out, we'll go ahead and put some more mulch down and probably cover this unsightly line right now. But you know, you want to make sure nothing is leaking. You want to make sure you got all your plants in the right place. So that'll happen a little later. So I paid $5.88 for all the parts, including tax. So some guy that was there watching us assemble this stuff, he said a guy wanted to charge him $200 to blow out his drip system. $200, hell. So it pays to have a few tools on hand. And it pays to be a DIYer sometimes, as you can tell. I hope that helped you out a lot, folks. I wang it. I didn't know what I was doing, but I figured it out easy enough. So there you go. If you need to drain your system, you better hurry up. It's getting pretty cold. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.